A very shining and delightful morning to all. So today I am going to discuss about the topic pharmacotherapy of peptic ulcer disease. So let's get started. To know about the pharmacotherapy, firstly we should know about the physiology. Daily 2 to 3 liters of gastric juice is secreted, where HCl is secreted by the parietal or the oxyntic cells. There are mainly two types of factors such as aggressive factors and the defensive factors. Aggressive factors include HCl, pepsin and H. pylori, which is an infectious condition. Defensive factors include mucosal blood flow and the bicarbonates. Their imbalance leads to gastritis, which leads to PUD, that is peptic ulcer disease, which is damage to the mucosa and the deeper tissues exposed to acid and the pepsin. Now, let's see what happens inside the parietal cell. As we already know, the gastric juice is secreted in 3 phases, but the last step is regulated by a proton pump named as hydrogen potassium ATPase pump, as it allows the outward movement of hydrogen ion and the inward movement of the potassium ion with the help of ATP molecules. There are also chloride channels which help in the outward movement of the chloride ions. These two combine to form the HCl. There are also many receptors such as H2 receptor, CCK receptor, M1 receptor and E1 receptor. H2 receptor is stimulated by histamine, CCK receptor is stimulated by gastrin, M1 receptor is stimulated by acetylcholine and E1 receptor is stimulated by prostaglandin E2, where histamine, gastrin and acetylcholine increases the HCl secretion and prostaglandin E2 decreases the HCl secretion and increases mucosal blood flow and bicarbonates. So, how can we treat a peptic ulcer disease? To treat a peptic ulcer disease, what we can do? Firstly, we can decrease the secretion of the HCl. Secondly, we can use the antacid to neutralize the acid that has been secreted. Thirdly, we can use the ulcer protecting agents. So first, how can we decrease the secretion? We can decrease the secretion of HCl by using proton pump inhibitors. Secondly, by using H2 blockers, CCK blockers, as these are not available, so we won't be studying this, M1 antagonist or anticholinergic agents, and lastly, prostaglandin analogs. We can use antacids to neutralize the acid that is secreted, and lastly, ulcer healing agents. As we already know, the most of the cases of the peptic ulcer disease are due to the H. pylori infection. So we can also use anti-H. pyloric agents. So let's discuss about the proton pump inhibitors. Proton pump inhibitors inhibits the proton pump. It inhibits all the active pumps. As we already know, the acid output is of 2 types, that is stimulated acid output. Another is the basal acid output or the overnight acid output. Stimulated, as the name suggests, is the acid output which occurs due to a stimulus. For example, after we eat food, there is acid output. That acid output is known as stimulated acid output. PPIs inhibit only the stimulated acid output, as it inhibits only active pumps, whereas H2 blockers inhibit the basal acid output. Pharmacokinetics of proton pump inhibitors. We take proton pump inhibitors half an hour before the food. Usually, when we take a proton pump inhibitor orally, it is enteric coated, so it won't be digested by the HCl in the stomach. From the stomach, it reaches the intestine, from where it is absorbed. From there, it reaches the liver and then it reaches the systemic circulation. From the systemic circulation, it reaches the parietal cell and then it goes inside the canaliculi. In the canaliculi, it is converted into sulfinamide. Sulfinamide binds to the SH group of the proton pump irreversibly, thus inhibiting the H positive secretion and thus decreasing the release of the HCl. As we already know that the proton pump inhibitors inhibit only the active pumps. So how much time it will take to stop all the pumps? To stop all the pump, Proton pump inhibitors take 3 to 5 days, and it also takes 3 to 5 days to regain all the pumps. Some example of drugs are omeprazole, pantoprazole, lansoprazole, rabeprazole, and dexlansoprazole. You can see all the drugs adding with the suffix prozole are proton pump inhibitors. Uses are gastric ulcer, duodenal ulcer, and acid-induced ulcer. It is a drug of choice in the acid-induced ulcer. Zollinger-Ellison syndrome, gastroesophageal reflux disease, and H. pylori eradication. There is a drug interaction of omeprazole and the clopidogrel. Clopidogrel is a antiplatelet drug. Omeprazole inhibits enzyme CYP2C19, which is used to convert this prodrug into the active form. So we should not take omeprazole with the clopidogrel. Now let's discuss about the adverse drug reactions of the proton pump inhibitors. The adverse drug reactions include headache, stomachache, decrease in pH, hypergastrenemia, and atrophic gastritis. Decrease in pH leaves the stomach prone to infection. It also decreases in the absorption of vitamin B12, calcium, and vitamin D. Decrease in the absorption of calcium and vitamin D leads to the osteoporosis. Now, second are the H2 blockers. H2 blockers block the H2 receptor and decrease the basic acid output. For example of such drugs are ranitidine, famotidine, nizatidine, and cimetidine. Cimetidine inhibits enzyme, is an enzyme inhibitor. It also causes gynecomastia and displaces androgen. Because of these three adverse drug reactions, we don't use cimetidine clinically. Third are the anticholinergics. For example, prinzepine, telanzepine. They are selective M1 receptor blocker. Anticholinergics are the M1 antagonist. The adverse drug reactions are anticholinergic side effects. Fourth are the prostaglandin analogs. For example, misoprostol. Misoprostol is a synthetic prostaglandin analog. It decreases the gastric acid secretion, increases mucosal blood flow, and increases bicarbonates. It is most specifically used for the N-acid-induced ulcer. Contraindication: it is not used in the pregnancy as it causes uterine contractions. So fifth are the antacids. We use antacid to neutralize the HCl secretion. They are mainly of two types: systemic antacids and the non-systemic antacid. For example of systemic antacid is sodium bicarbonate. When sodium bicarbonate combines with the HCl, it releases NaCl, water, and CO2, where NaCl causes hypertension and CO2 causes burps. Even if the ulcer is the impending ulcer, CO2 can cause perforation. So, we never use systemic antacids in peptic ulcer disease. Second is the non-systemic antacids. These are aluminium hydroxide and the magnesium hydroxide. When aluminium hydroxide combines with HCl, it releases AlCl3 and water, where AlCl3 causes constipation. In magnesium hydroxide, when magnesium hydroxide combines with HCl, it releases MgCl2 plus water, where MgCl2 causes diarrhea. So, clinically we use the combination of these two, which comes under the name megaldrate. Sixth are the ulcer healing agents. Ulcer healing agents heal the ulcer from the below, as HCl irritation occurs from above. For example, sucralfate. Sucralfate goes inside and start polymerizing, thus forming a coating and start healing the ulcer from the below. Second is the bismuth colloidal preparation. Third, carbonhexanol sodium. It has an adverse drug reaction that it displaces aldosterone from the receptor. So we don't use carbonhexanol sodium. Eighth are the anti-H. pyloric agents. As we already know, the H. pylori is a bacteria. The mechanism by which H. pylori causes inflammation is not clear, but it says that the urease activity that converts urea into ammonia may directly damage the cells. To treat this, we use antibiotics. There are two types of therapy we use in the treatment of PUD, that is triple therapy and the quadruple therapy. We can use this for 1 week or the 2 weeks, but the 2 week is more effective. Triple therapy, which is used for the 14 days, that is 2 weeks. It includes lansoprazole, clarithromycin and the amoxicillin. Lansoprazole is a proton pump inhibitor. Clarithromycin and the amoxicillin are the antibiotics. Quadruple therapy. Quadruple therapy has 4 drugs. First is omeprazole, which is a proton pump inhibitor. CBS, colloidal bismuth substrate, which is the ulcer protecting agent, and the tetracycline and the metronidazole, which are the antibiotics. Thank you. I hope this will help you.